Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's another idea for some things you can do with your Chromebooks when you start looking toward next year. This is more geared towards not just getting them in the Chromebooks, this is more geared to having them use the Chromebooks. I started the year, instead of in math reviewing all the stuff from the previous class, I wanted to start with something right out of the gate that was technology. Right out of the gate, they get involved. Right out of the gate, they're doing some creation, stuff that they do know how to do or should know how to do. And review is a great opportunity to do this. So under flipped activities on my website, there's the address right there for the site, you can go to entrance projects. And so second day, first day in, they did an entrance project. And I put together a document and I gave it a bit.ly, which Mr. Moyer explains. This is a Google Doc in this case. And the entrance activity is very simple. What I want them to create a 5 to 9 minute demonstration. Now that could be a live demonstration, that could be a video demonstration, that could be a PowerPoint, that could take any type of demonstration or any type of form that they wanted, but it had to be about 5 to 9 minutes. And for pre-calculus, I did Algebra 2 topics from the year before. They and a partner, so they partnered up immediately. And you're making this demonstration for the rest of their classmates. Some class time was given, and this was the opportunity for me to go through how exactly to use some of this technology. So teaching kids how to screencast, I did it during this time frame. So instead of going back over the law of cosines that they already learned last year, we went over screencasting, which they may or may not have ever done before, and we just used the law of cosines as the content matter, or graphing lines as the content matter. They were already experts in this content because they had it last year, and I did not accept the excuse, well, I don't remember. No, you had it, you passed the class, you're expected to know it, setting those expectations early. And where did they do it? They were to present over the next few weeks. In most cases, they did an online submission, and so it was either YouTube or a website or a PowerPoint, something like that. And they did recordings. So they didn't necessarily present live, they presented digitally. And those things, those presentations they did, I cataloged, and those became a resource for students to use the rest of the year for those that didn't remember quite how to do that particular thing. So I have my rubric, I have my pieces, I have the topics, and then I assigned the topics randomly using, I think it was a dice game or a number generator deal. But the best part about it was, when they were done, I used it with pre-calculus and I used it with calculus 2. They made all sorts of things out of it. One team made a Zaption, all about limits. And so they were using some of the same technology and learning how to make it that I was using to demonstrate or to use for instruction.
1 for the equation x squared minus 1 over x minus 1. 1 minus 1 over 1 minus 1 is 0 over 0.
This is something they could use their cell phones for. This is something that they'll be able to use. They were able to use their Chromebooks this year with the camera. They'll definitely be able to use the Chromebooks next year with their own camera. One of my favorites, one of the groups made an actual website out of it. And on that website, they put all of their topics. And so let's see here. We got substitution. Let's see, is that it? Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Volume. Here we go. And they either put it in terms of little screen captures that they did on the computer, then put into a website, or they actually made a video that they embedded in their website.
Welcome to integration from the table of values.
So they were able to show some creativity. For others, they were like, nah, I'm not really into that. I want to do it live. So they still had the opportunity to, if they wanted to, do a screencast like this with just a presentation. Or for those that didn't want a screencast, they did a live presentation with their PowerPoint. So again, student-created content that can be cataloged, that can be used for student reference. It's another use for some of this one-to-one technology.